So let's clap it up for Matt Campbell, who arrived in State College over the weekend after an excruciatingly long coaching search. Penn State finally found their man. I think he's going to do great things for the program. I think they lucked their way into a good candidate, but it was not an easy road. Why was it not an easy road? Well, you've heard me and a lot of other people go after Pat Kraft, the athletic director. I was wrong. He's not to blame for the clusterfuck that took place in Happy Valley with this coaching search. The people to blame are actually lurking in the shadows, operating on their own self-interests. And it's really a damn shame because the name you'll recognize. And before I reveal who it is and what they're doing, I want to give a shout out to my colleague at Fox Sports Radio, LeVar Arrington, for shining a light for me on this story. I was unaware of some of the politicking and backstabbing going on behind the scenes in Happy Valley. When you understand and grasp what's happening, it all kind of makes sense why things unraveled like they did. I'm talking about Jay Paterno, who is obviously Joe Paterno's son and a member of the Penn State Board of Trustees, which means he has immense power. He can delay hiring processes, look into firing people, and pretty much controls all the money and all the influence at the top of the Penn State athletics food chain. It's a very powerful position. He could use this position and his influence for good, to try to elevate the program, use his name, his dad's name, to be a stepping stone for the future. But instead, from what I'm told, from LeVar, his perspective and perspectives of others that do have a bit of an inside track into what's going on behind the scenes in Happy Valley, Jay Paterno, along with Anthony Lebrano, another board member, their sole intention, their singular focus is the rehabilitation of Joe Paterno's legacy and reputation. Obviously, it didn't end well for Joe. The Jerry Sandusky fallout. He gets let go. He dies shortly after that. Then they remove his statue. The program is completely stripped of dignity. It gets rebuilt. Bill O'Brien did a great job brick by brick with Matthew Monty and that team with Christian Hackenberg. Showed a lot of intestinal fortitude, sticking with the program and building it back to what it is today. James Franklin carries that torch to the next level. But behind the scenes, at every turn, they were getting shortcut. They were getting backstabbed. They were getting politicked, House of Cards style, with the goal of rehabilitating and fixing the wrongs that were, in Jay's mind, done to his father. A very selfish endeavor. They are likely the ones who forced James Franklin out. They are likely the ones that forced Matt Rule to distance himself from taking the Penn State job. He just didn't want anything to do with the drama. I don't blame him. They were also likely the ones propping up Terry Smith, right? We saw him wearing the 409 pin to restore the Joe Paterno legacy. That's all politics. That whole campaign to hire Terry Smith and make him into this legit candidate for the job was all to boost Joe Paterno's legacy and to rehabilitate it back to prominence. That is the singular focus of Jay Paterno. Then you see the leaked audio from Pat Kraft having a meeting with the outgoing seniors about the coaching search. When you see something like that, it looks like an inside job. And then when you get the context of what Jay and Anthony Lebrano have been doing this whole time, you might have an idea where that audio is coming from. I'm not saying it was directly leaked by them, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was. Not at this stage.